Good day, everyone. I am FHRADZRIA HAMSAIN. I am the first reporter. I will be discussing the global demography. Demography is the statistic study of the size, structure, and distribution of populations. This includes studying the number of birth and death a population has, as well as how the population changes over time. It is the statistical study of human populations, especially with reference to size and density distributions, birth, marriage, death, and etc. So, contemporary demographic concerns include the population's explosion. Population explosion, the interplay between populations and economic development, the effects of birth control, urban congestion, illegal immigrations, and labor force statistics. It is also the branch of social science concerned with the body of human populations, their structure and change through births, death, and migrations. In the relationship with the natural environment and with social and economic change. Demographic indicators could include population size, population growth rate, growth birth rate, growth death rate, total fertility rate, life expectancy, and infant mortality. As well, it would include estimated and projected gender and age. Distributions according to medium, high, low, and constant fertility variance. In short, demographic changes affect all areas of human activity. Economic, social, cultural, and political. Okay, let's proceed to demographic transitions. Demographic transitions started in the mid or late 70s in Europe. During these times, death rates and fertility begin to decline. High-low fertility happened 200 years in France. And 100 years in the United States. In other parts of the world, the transition began later. It was only in the 20th century that mortality declined in Africa and Asia with the exception of Japan. According to Madison in 2001, the life expectancy in India was the only 24 years in the early 20th century, while same life expectancy occurred in China in 1929 until 1931. Fertility decline in Asia did not begin until 1950s and so on. In the case of Japan, it was until 1930s that total fertility rule did not drop below 4 births per woman. This resulted in the rapid population's growth after the Second World War, affecting the age structure of Asia and the developing world. And then, according to Bloom and Canning in 2006, global demographic trends and patterns. The global population, which stood at just over 2 billion in 1950, is 6.5 billion total. The world is currently gaining new inhabitants at the rate of 76 million people a year in 2050. The growth will be approximately 34 million a year in this. This is alarming. Okay, the demographic transition theory was proposed by the American demographer Frank Notenstein in the mid 20th century, whereas it is a generalized description of the changing pattern of mortality, fertility, and growth rates as societies more from the demographic reign to another.
Good day everyone. So before we start, I'm going to introduce myself first. So I am JARNALYN ASAMAD and as to the classical demographic transition model. Stage 1. Pre-transition. Characterized by high birth rates and high fluctuating death rate. Population growth was kept by the multi-Saiyan, preventative, late age and marriage, and positive famine, war, pestilence, checks. Stage 2. Early transition. During the early stages, at the transition, the death rate began to fall. As birth rates remain high, the population start to grow rapidly. Stage 3. Late transition. Birth rates start to decline and the rate of population growth decelerates. Stage 4. Post-transition. Post-transitional societies are characterized by low birth and low death rates. Population growth is negligible or even enters a decline.
Good day to each and everyone, especially to you, Ma'am Al-Nashra. I am Saina at Gaquit and I am the third reporter. Now, I'm going to tackle about the effect of overpopulation. So, we have 8 effects of overpopulation. Number 1, exhaustion of natural resources. Number 2, environmental degradation. Number 3, raising unemployment. Number 4, technological advances. Number 5, depletion of resources caused by human overpopulation. Number 6, degradation of the environment. Number 7, increase in infection disease resulting in pandemics and epidemic caused by human overpopulation. And lastly, increase in famine, starvation, and malnutrition caused by human overpopulation sustainability. So, let's start to number 1, which is the exhaustion natural of resources. So, natural resources depletion occurs when resources are taken from the environment faster than they are replenished. Cause of natural resources depletion include population growth, consumer habits, industrialization, climate change, and pollution. So the exhaustion of natural resources means we use up or damage the natural things that Earth provides us like air, water, land, and minerals. Those resources are important for our health, economy, and way of life, but they don't last forever if we don't take good care of them. They might run out of become too expensive to use. For example, deforestation, cutting down trees, can lead to soil erosion, loss of biodiversity, and changes in weather patterns. Similarly, overfishing, catching too many fish can cause the population to decline, affecting the food chain and ecosystems. Number 2, environmental degradation. Environmental degradation is the deterioration of the environment through depletion of resources such as air, water, and soil, the destruction of ecosystems, and the extinction of wildlife. So, the environmental degradation refers to the harmful effect of human activities on the environmental, such as pollution, deforestation, and climate change. So this action can damage or destroy ecosystem, leading to loss of biodiversity, soil erosion, and other negative consequences for both humans and the planets. So it's important for us to take action to reduce our impact on the environment and protect it for future generations. Number 3, raising unemployment. Raising unemployment refers to the situation where the numbers of people who are unable to find work or have their working hours reduced increase over time. So the unemployment, this can be caused by various factors such as economic downturns, automation and technological advancements, and changes in government policies. In many countries, unemployment rates have been increasing in recent years due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the other global economic challenges. As a result, more and more people are struggling to make ends to meet and provide for themselves and their families. So, it's important to note that unemployment can have serious consequences for individuals, communities, and entire economics. Not only can it lead to financial difficulties, but also to feelings of hopelessness and despair among those affected. Therefore, addressing this raising unemployment through effective policy measures and support programs is crucial to ensure fair and equitable society. Number 4, technological advances. Technological advances refers to the development and improvement of new technologies, tools, and machines that help us in various ways. This advance can be seen in many fields such as communication, transportation, healthcare, and more. So the technological advances, invention of the internet has revolutionized the way we communicate with each other, allowing us to share information and ideas instantly across the globe. Similarly, the development of medical imaging technology has enables doctors to diagnose and treat disease more accurately than ever before. Other examples of technological advance include the creation of smartphones, which have made it easier for us to access information and perform tasks on the go. The development of electric cars, which are more environmentally friendly and efficient than traditional gas-powered vehicles, and the use of drones in agriculture, which can help farmers monitor. Number 5, depletion of resources caused by human overpopulation. The depletion of resources caused of humans overpopulation refers to the excessive use of Earth's natural resources leading to their depletion or reduction in quality. Here are examples of depletion resources. Number 1, deforestation. Number 2, overfishing. Number 3, soil erosion. Number 4, water scarcity. And lastly, climate change. So I'm going to discuss the first, which is the deforestation. So deforestation, when too many trees are cut down or burned, it leads to a loss of habitat for plants and animals, soil erosion, and changes in climate and gesture. So next is overfishing. So overfishing, fish population decline when they are fished beyond their capacity, affecting marine ecosystems and the livelihood of those who depend on them. And next is soil erosion. So soil erosion, intensive farming practices such as monoculture and overgrazing can lead to soil erosion, reducing its fertility and ability to support plant growth. And next is water scarcity. So water scarcity, as the global population grows, so does the demand for water, resulting in water scarcity, particularly in areas with limited rainfall or poor water management. And lastly is climate change. So the climate change, the increasing number of people contributes to greenhouse gas emissions, which contribute to climate change, altering weather patterns and disrupting ecosystem worldwide. Number 6, degradation of the environment. Environmental degradation is the deterioration of the environment through depletion of resources such as air, water, and soil, the destruction of ecosystems, and the extensions of wildlife. So the degradation of the environment refers to the deterioration or destruction of natural habitats and ecosystems due to human activities. This can occur through various means such as pollution, deforestation, overfishing, and climate change, as I said earlier. Number 7, increasing in pandemics and epidemics caused by human overpopulation. So, human overpopulation refers to the rapid growth of the global population, which has led to an increase in the demand for resources such as food, water, and space. Examples: COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic is a prime example of how human overpopulation can lead to the rapid spread of an infectious disease. The virus was first detected in Wuhan, China, which has a large population density and was an ideal environment for the virus to spread quickly. To prevent the spread of infectious disease caused by human overpopulation, it's essential to address the underlying causes of environmental degradation and resources depletion. This issue to prevent further environmental damage and promote sustainable development. Number 8, increase in famine, starvation, and malnutrition caused by human overpopulation, sustainability. So the increase in famine and malnutrition due to human overpopulation is indeed a pressing concern, as it can have severe consequences on individuals, commitment, and the environment. Famine and malnutrition requires a multifaceted approach that considers both short-term and long-term solutions by prioritizing sustainable agriculture practices, reducing food waste, providing nutrition education, implementing social protection programs, and conserving our environment. So we can work towards a future where everyone has access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food.
Hi teaching everyone, especially to you Ma'am Nasha. I'm ARMINA ASTA, and today we will tackle about the other solution of overpopulation. Government and personal action to reduce human overpopulation pressures. Overpopulation has two addressable aspects. One is managing the availability of resources for a given number of people. The other is working out how much resource is available in and managing populations. Around this carrying capacity, there are many examples of measures that have been taken on both fronts. China's one-child policy attempted to manage population size with mixed success. Better education. One of the first measures that needs to be implemented on a global scale is a shift in human awareness that resources are limited. This needs to happen at the level of the individual through governments via policy development, simply acknowledging that current activities not sustainable is the first step on the path to progress. And the third is family planning, sex education, and efficient birth control. Raising awareness among people regarding family planning and letting them know about the serious impact of population growth can help contribute to curbing population growth. Safe sex techniques and contraceptives method should also be part of educational programs to help combat unwanted pregnancies, importing sex education to children at an early but appropriate age should be mass. Parents might feel shy in discussing such things with their kids, but the availability of third-party information or discussion in a controlled environment, it is always better to have constructive conversation in a controlled environment. It is therefore important for parents and teachers to shed any existing inhibition and make their kids or students aware of the sex education basics. And that's all. Thank you.